Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Rachel Ray and today I'm bringing you a Wipnchat with some cross stitch. So if you are new here and you don't know what Wipnchat stands for, it stands for work in progress and chat. My work in progress here is the Japanese Zen Moss Garden chatelaine. The details of where you can purchase this chart and everything is down below in the description box. I have just received a shipment from my online needle workshop with petite treasure braids. So I have completed part of the center, but most of the center here was put on hold because I didn't have the metallics. So I just went ahead and I started moving over into kind of this four-armed Zen garden. Can you see the sand and the rocks there? Sorry, it's been a long time since I've actually filmed me talking about this. But anyway, I'm going to get started with the metallics and just fill you in on what's been going on in the past few weeks and why I took a break from Wipnchats, and let's just sit down and craft together. You can work on whatever you like to work on. You don't need to cross stitch with me. I am probably going to drift in and out of focus, but I will do my best to make sure that I come back. I hope that this isn't too much for some of you. All right. Now I just realized that, our X's are here. So first about this is, like I said, this is a chatelaine. This is my first ever chatelaine. This is stitched, I'm sorry, my brain is not working for some reason. This is stitched on a 28 count Zweigart Lugana, and it's completely black. I know sometimes on film it looks navy, but that's just actually the camera compensating. It's definitely 100% black, and it really makes these stitches pop, I think. I'm enjoying it so much that in February I made this my focus piece, and the only downside about this piece is that I can't work on this during the nighttime. My eyes cannot adjust to working on this at night. I need to have daylight. Something about unnatural lighting just does not work with, there's so many textures and everything, and then there's the holes. Yeah, it's a whole thing. So anyway, these metallics are fantastic. I really, really like them. And I was so excited to finally be able to add them in, considering they weren't in my, like I didn't kit them up. I forgot about them. So it is taking a while to get all of the rest of the materials. There's this petite treasure braid that I'm stitching with right now. This is the color Seashell. And there is Silk Lame as well, which is another Rainbow Gallery floss, but it's like if you took this treasure braid, this metallic, and then you added a silk with it, and it really makes it easy to glide into the fabric. So I'm just checking to make sure that we are in the right spot, and I'm marking off my stitches as well, just so that I know where I am. I'm using the Xodo XODO app on my tablet to mark off my stitches. This pattern does not work with Pattern Keeper. And unfortunately, the designer of the chatelaines has passed away, so it's unlikely that that will ever happen. But her designs are still being sold for now, so I highly recommend, if you if you enjoy a challenge, I'd highly recommend going and getting the pattern, especially a PDF pattern. With the PDF pattern, the digital pattern, you can zoom in and you can highlight. You can undo your highlights and things like this too, in case you make a mistake. I make a lot of mistakes because I am a newbie stitcher. I only started stitching in 2019. So I do find that sometimes I make some mistakes. I even miscounted on this once and I had to rip it all back because I promised that I wouldn't keep it in there. But counting is your friend. So we've done the upper part here with the sparkly, I don't know if it'll come out in camera, to be honest, but I'm going to move over. I'm just going to carry my floss. I'm a heathen, I know. And I'm going to bring it down here. I'm going to move to this side, and it basically just goes all the way along here. Isn't that right? Yep. And then we bring it up and over here too. So I think that's everything about this project. This is a needle minder that I made. This is a needle minder from Crafty Emily on FlossTube. Definitely check out her channel. Love her channel. She was doing giveaways during Flossmas, and she had made her own needle minders and used them as prizes, and it was so sweet. I went on to her, or actually, sorry, she had gnomes that she was giving away, and when she told me that, or told us, sorry, that she had an Etsy shop, I immediately went over there and got one. She actually sent two. This one was the freebie that she sent me, and the other one is gorgeous. It is a hyacinth one that she made out of polymer clay, and it is so beautiful. I love hyacinth. It's like my favorite spring flower is a hyacinth. I love them. So the past few weeks I have taken a step back because and I know that some people reached out, but thank you so much for giving me the space that I needed to get my stuff done. I have been in the process of applying for Irish citizenship, and there's a lot of paperwork that goes with that, and a lot of, you have to get the Irish version of an attorney to look over your papers and to, make sure that they are valid and all that stuff. So, it's been a process. There's been other stuff going on as well, but nothing too serious. And please, don't jump to conclusions. It's nothing. I know there was at least one person who was like, "Are you pregnant? Congratulations." I was like, first of all, no. Secondly, it ain't none of your business. No, I'm kidding, but I'm not at the same time. If I were to become pregnant, trust me, I would not be able to contain my excitement from you all. It would take more than just a few weeks of a break. So I am doing well. I signed up for therapy. Finally, it took me long enough. As somebody who has been talking about and promoting taking care of yourself and your mental health, I was really not taking care of mine. I was going through the motions and taking my medicine and everything, but I wasn't ready to take the next step. But after I got COVID in January, right after Christmas, and there were a few conversations I had with friends that really made me realize that it was time to prioritize that in my life. And I'll be honest with you, I needed some time to finally make the phone call. It's really hard. And I'm all about destigmatizing, prioritizing your mental health. Because if you are not happy and you're not getting, you know, Luna's having a dream and shaking everywhere. So I apologize if you're shaking. If, you know, if you're in a rut and you feel like you've been in a rut like me for a long time, you kind of get to this point where you feel like you'll never be out of the rut. You just want to get used to the rut. You want to be acutely aware of the rut, but you are happy in your rut. Well, not happy, but you're miserable there and you're just used to it. So just stay there. Change is hard. And I had gotten to the point where I was not okay with that anymore. So I have an appointment next Monday to have a session. And I will more than likely have two therapists because one is a specialist in a certain, hang on, I gotta mark off my pattern here. One is a specialist in something called EDMR, which has to do with eye movements, and they use it for people who suffer with PTSD and anxiety and things like that. And then there is, unfortunately, that person does not have the capacity for, you know, just sit down and, you know, counseling kind of therapy. So I have another avenue available to me, and I think I'm going to explore that as well. Where do I need to go now? I need to go all the way down to there. Okay, that's doable. I can do that. Do I need to go back up? I don't. I don't need to go up. That right there is for beads. So I'm going to leave that empty. The beads, by the way, on this, there's a poop ton of beads. And those are going to happen last once everything is stitched. Because I won't be able to keep it in a frame if I have beads sewn into it. Oh, I just lost my thread. Hang on. No. So how are you doing? How are you keeping? I gotta flip this over now. You're gonna see my lap. I do apologize. I'm wearing sweatpants. At least I'm wearing pants. I do have scissors. I have to cut this. There we go. If you're wondering, the stand that I'm using is called the Elan, E-L-A-N, Elan Lap Stand by Artisan Designs in the United States. And it is like a handmade wooden stand. I think they have floor stands as well. And they make lock scroll frames, which I don't have a big enough one for this project. I don't think it would be comfortable if I tried to put this on a lock scroll or a millennium frame or anything like that. Like, I've seen people do that, but I'm slowly building myself up to being comfortable with larger frames. This is the largest frame I've been able to handle, and this is an 11 by 17. I think this is good because I can still reach all around, but it's wider, and I like that. I like that a lot. So for the past few weeks, I have not really been diamond painting. I do not feel the urge to diamond paint. I'm going to be honest. I think my diamond painting bug just left, and I have been wanting to stitch. So I've been following my heart on that one. I did join in for the POC for Black History event with Mrs. Crochet and Coffee, and that was a blast. But I did not finish that painting, and I did not want to stress myself either, because I was finding that I was like, I don't know if you do this, but I stress out about like the stupidest little stuff. All right, it's not stupid, but it's little stuff in comparison, right? Like normally people stress out about money and food and education and, your pets or whatever. Maybe I was stressing out about finishing diamond paintings even though there's no pressure to, but my brain was making me feel like I was pressured to. And then I realized that, like you don't have to pressure yourself to do a craft. Like it should be fun. It should feel fun. Just like YouTube, it should feel good to make a video. If you're a creator and you're finding that you're really not enjoying making videos, it might be a sign that you have burnout and you need to take a break. So I've had diamond painting burnout for a while, for like a year. I've been diamond painting even when I don't want to, especially when I don't want to, because I feel like I owe it to you all to keep up diamond painting. But truthfully, like I want to get my bug back. But at the same time, I have quite a few projects here. I don't mind sharing them with you. And I know that you would probably be sad if I stopped sharing them, like unboxings and things with you. But the truth is that I'm more into cross stitching than diamond painting. And that's the honest to goodness truth. I'm sure that a lot of you knew that. I am though. I have ideas in the works. I gotta keep moving. But this part of the thing is a bit complicated. I think I'm going to skip that side. I'm going to move over to the other side so that it's easier to do, because like all in here, there are like 1 and 2 and 1 and 2, and I'd just be counting. I want to focus on y'all for a little while. I don't know if this video is going to be an hour long, but I want to give you the highlights of what's going on in my head. Things are changing for me and how I like to craft and what I'm liking to do, but it doesn't mean that I'm going to stop diamond painting forever. It just means that I'm not focusing on it. And I know y'all have noticed, and I get messages a lot saying, when are we going to do an event or something like that? But honestly, I just don't really have the spoons to run and organize an event like that. What I'm trying to do right now is to create an in-person event. Now, this is not the time to be asking all the questions, but a few years ago, before COVID, in 2019 actually, I had all of the plans to hold a diamond painting retreat in person. Now, wait a minute, what? Oops. I'm just going to put an extra metallic space here because I missed a spot. Wabi sabi. I was meant to do an in-person retreat. I was organizing it at the end of 2019, and then the pandemic hit. So I have been thinking about it ever since, and I'm really sure that 2023 is probably going to be the year. I'd like to make a crafting retreat, and it's going to take some brain power, but I really want to make it a really fun and inviting atmosphere. I want to give everybody a chance to, meet each other and explore Ireland as well. And just, celebrate friendship. A lot of you who are interested are people that I've known for years online, and I would really love to meet you. I was planning to go to quite a few retreats in the past 2 years, but unfortunately, those plans just kept falling through. For one reason or another, the plans kept falling through. And I truthfully don't know when I'll be back in the States, so I don't know when that's going to happen. I don't know when I'm going to make it to a stateside retreat. And, just with everything going on at the minute in my personal life, I'm really trying to grow roots here. So I would love, 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 love to have company here, It's my dream. So that is in my mind as well. I have a friend that I am talking with closely about this. So I will obviously let you know closer to the time how that's going to work. If that's going to work, I don't know. We'll see. 2022 is the year of surprises, is it not? Things that are happening in the world right now do not give me confidence at the minute, which is why the therapy is really important, because I tend to be the kind of person who goes inward when bad things happen. I am not great. Okay. Contrary to what I do on YouTube, I'm not extroverted. And when bad things happen, I usually end up just consuming media and then retreating. So for the past week or so, I had my birthday, and literally the day after my birthday was when this all started. And with Russia invading Ukraine, and I am trying to handle it as best as I can. But the way that I've decided to do this is I'm supporting Ukrainian artists. So I ordered some cross stitch patterns, just digital patterns. That way designers don't have to ship anything. There's no pressure. Stitchy Princess and All About Embroidery UA. I ordered from those two stores. But you could also, if you want to get PDF patterns, I just found out this morning a good way to do it is to go onto Etsy, and you can actually filter. So you can filter digital, and then you can filter by country, and you can select Ukraine, and that's how you can find those specific designers if you wish. Also, there's a few places in my town that are collecting donations to send to people who are not able to flee. And so we're going and doing that sort of thing. I'd highly recommend getting involved in any way that you can, but also I want to say that to all of those who watch me who are also creators who struggle during times like this, I had to have the conversation with another creator myself who reminded me that it's okay if you can't do all the things all the time. It's sometimes I have the emotional capacity to handle tragedy and loss and anger and everything. And sometimes I really don't. I do suffer from anxiety and depression. So when I think about these things and when I think about what's happening to other people, it in turn makes me feel terrible too. And I am trying to find a balance between helping and not overdoing it to the point where I'm putting my mental health at risk. So I'm doing what I can, and I really urge you to do what you can. And if you can be vocal, and if you can share things, and if you can explain things, and this goes for any kind of, obviously any kind of social thing, but just to get involved in the way that you can. There's so many different people in this world. If you have a friend who isn't, or if you see a creator who isn't posting about X, Y, or Z going on in the world, it may not be because they don't care. It may be because they care so much that it's hard to put into words, and it's literally causing them harm. I'm not saying, please, if anything, I would not like my words to get twisted. I'm not saying that I have it worse than anyone else. I'm just saying that not everyone who has a platform has the mental capacity to do a social justice path. And sadly, it's hard for me to even put into words how I feel about that. I feel like I'm letting people down. But I'm doing what I can in my own time, in my personal life, to try and make other people's lives better. And, and I wanted to just say that as well out loud. They need pet food. They need pet food. Ukrainians are allowed to leave with their pets, and they really need help. So if you can donate and you're able to buy pet food, please consider that. That would be a huge help. Okay, I'm gonna move on because I know it's a really tough subject, but I feel like I'm in the limelight. I have my own channel. I have my own platform. And if I'm trying to find the words, and there are other people that are saying it better than me, and I'm trying to amplify their voices. And I'm trying to support people. And I wish I could do more right now, but I'm literally at the end of my rope, because until I can get my therapy stuff done, I really just feel like I'm incapable of leading other people to, I hope that what I've said makes sense. It's been a while since I've talked, and there's been a lot of really crazy stuff going on in the past few weeks. It feels like when I decided, I was like, okay, I'm going to take a small break. Then all of a sudden, all these things started happening well before Russia and Ukraine. And now, it just feels like everything has amplified times 1,000. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Anyway, rant. But aside from that, right? We got our car back, but our car broke down again. It was a whole thing. I just realized that I've been crossing these the wrong way. Oh no. Wait. No. No, 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 no. Wait. No, no. 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 I scared myself. It's fine. Everything's fine. Whew. If I had tilted it, then I would have been in trouble. All right, we're good. We're good. Crisis averted. I've been very open in my Patreon vlogs. So if you would like to join Patreon, this is my little, I guess, plug or whatever. I share a lot in the vlogs that I don't feel comfortable sharing publicly. Lots of reasons there, but mostly just safety. If you would like to join Patreon, I have different tiers that give you different benefits. So it's not like you're paying for nothing. You're helping to support the channel. You're helping me pay bills. You're helping me get stuff to share with people and show on the channel. Encouraging me to continue doing this work. And I really appreciate it. But also, I do vlogs, I do Patreon only live streams, and I do Zoom calls. You can choose whatever suits you best. And I do sincerely appreciate everyone who has become a patron of mine. Honestly, this would be very difficult if it weren't for them. Because as you know, YouTube takes quite a bit of money. That's why I never got the YouTube membership thing, because your money would have been wasted. At least through Patreon, that doesn't happen. So that's why I chose and stuck with them instead. But yeah, this week I have a guest. I have a friend over. It's Gwen from Kildare. She's Irish. And we are hanging out and crafting all week. So you'll probably see her, in my Twitch streams if you go back and watch. It's been a blast. And Twitch, by the way, is just the way that I go live, because I was never able to go live here on YouTube easily. Twitch is a much better platform for that. And I understand that not everybody really likes Twitch, but I try my best to make it fun and a safe place for everyone. So please check it out if you are interested. I've been really enjoying my time over there, but it's not like I'm stopping YouTube or anything like that. It's just for live streaming. So that's as much metallic as I am comfortable working on this minute, because the other stuff I have to count, right? So let's get, well, not that it's just the metallic that I'm worried about. It's the placement. I think I can do the middle bit, no problem. So we're going to move on to the middle. By the way, this color right here, this color is called Seashell. PB, which means petite braid, PB 50 is the color. Seashell, that's what it's called. And this design is so full of beautiful motifs. It's a Japanese Zen garden, a moss garden. And it has, let's start at the very tippy top. You can't see what I'm doing. I'm so sorry. So when I go to start a section, I take the needle and I go under 3 or 4 stitches. Oops, sorry for bumping you. Then I secure it by going into the last stitch one more time. And that's it. We flip that over. Whoops. Sorry, folks. It's a little awkward is all. I should have loosened it first. I'm gonna move the camera. Told you I'd have to do this eventually. And I do apologize again. I know that it's all shaky, but I'm going to move into the center. So let me double check. There's squares, and then there's the 2 here, yeah. And then I have to go 1, 2, and it's the 3rd. So 1 and 2 and 3. And this should line up with this one. Yep. Oh. And it does not want to. Let me tighten that up. There we go. What was I saying? This is what I mean. Like sometimes this stitching takes so much concentration in comparison to other stuff, but I really, really like it. And I've been enjoying my stitching. From the beginning of the year, I made a decision that I wouldn't do as many new starts as I had in 2021 or 2020 because I feel overwhelmed with what I have and I want to see progress. That's the main thing. I want to see my projects getting finished. It's so important to me. Oh my gosh, I wish. There we go. Is that better? So sorry, folks. I'm so sorry about the camera angles. If you saw what my filming situation looks like, I'm alone right now. I'm alone at home with Luna. I have coffee, but it's way over there. If I had a person to help me film, that would be great, but I don't. Oops, I just realized I did one stitch too short. So 1, 2. If you are stitching on black, I do have a recommendation. You can use a piece of white fabric. You can use a piece of white paper. I'm going to open my bag here and get out. I have this piece of white here. Doesn't really help, to be honest. But sometimes you could even use a light pad. A light pad will help you to define the holes underneath. Good girl. So yeah, Luna and I are chilling. James is still working for the Adult Education Center, which is wonderful. He's enjoying it. And let's see, let me use the red. How many do I have? 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay. He's really been enjoying it. Of course, he loves teaching. And he's also involved in so much in the community. He likes to volunteer. So this week we don't have the Theory Tuesday, or you know, this past week we don't have Theory Tuesday, but we will be doing it as soon as we can. And he wants to apologize for the break, but he was just listening to orders from me, essentially. I was like, nope, I'm taking a break and we're not filming anything. But it does give me a little bit of time to catch up on videos that, you know, have been, that needed to come out, like the review of Treasure Studios Art, the review of the Diamond Art Club that I did. You know, there was a lot sitting there waiting to be done that I hadn't, that it kept going and being pushed on the back burner. So I do feel better now that that's done. Oh my gosh, look how sparkly it is. Can you see? You can kind of see. The weather here has been super rainy and stormy, but in the past few days it's been absolutely beautiful. So I'm really happy about that. And I wish that I could give it to all of you who are suffering with storms and snow, especially. Oh my gosh, I cannot handle snow anymore. So please stay safe and take care of yourselves, take care of your family, do what you need to do. Let's see if I can get this up. And just know that, you know, the time I took off was nothing against anybody. It was just something I sometimes find that I have to focus by turning off all of the stuff going on. And I have the luxury of doing that because I don't have children, you know. I feel bad for parents of children because they don't have the ability to just be like, okay, I need to stop being a parent for a few days, you know? Like, you can't do that. But for me, I can be like, okay, I need to listen to myself. I need to take a week or two off and just focus on this paperwork. I do feel very, I don't know if I should say I feel lucky or that I'm happy that I made that decision, but either way, you know, that's what it is. And I'm going to just try to do my best, you know, do my best for you, do my best for my family. My family, it's another thing that I have been focusing on lately is spending more time with family. And also there's a lot going on, but I don't want to talk about it right now. But it's, you know, eventually when I can, I will, you know, I will. As far as TV goes, James has been making me watch all of those documentaries that, you know, he's trying to get me ready for part 3 of the Skinwalker Ranch thing, I think. But I gotta stop. I gotta stop listening to those because they're actually like seeping into my psyche now. I'm finding that I'm like looking over my shoulder and thinking that aliens are around the corner or something. It's kind of funny. Let me just double check that this is centered properly. Yeah, it is. It is. It's just the way that the fabric is stretched that it makes it look a little bit off center, but we have that center piece now. Wonderful. So let me pause you and take you off of the tripod so you can see close up. Hopefully this is a better view. I know there's dog fur and everything, but that, see how that white really helps? So we've got the petite, get out of there. We've got the petite treasure braid. So there's the seashell, and then there's also going to be all along the center, there's going to be blue as well. This is like a water feature in the middle. That's what it's supposed to look like. And then these are the mossy stones. There we go. There's lots of texture in there. It's really pretty. In here, these little spaces, there's like stepping stones. I think that's what she calls them. And there's lily pads as well. Oh, it's just so beautiful and layered. I love these Algerian eyelets. These are dense rhodes stitches. They really just look so good. And when there's more color to it, you know, I think it's going to look even better. But I'm going to be focusing on here just to make it a little bit more even. But there's a lot of beading in here. So you're going to see lots of holes for a while. So especially in here and in these corners, those are going to be empty until those beads are put in. And it's going to be amazing. I know it's going to be amazing. But the process, this is a month's worth. I did kind of take a break there the last week and a half or so of February. So this is 3 weeks worth of work, and I think it looks fabulous. I can't wait for you to see all the beautiful greens and pinks, and I mean there's a rainbow of colors in this, but right now it's very beige and green. But anyway, that's it for me today, folks. Thank you so much for staying and watching me work on this project. I know that working on cross stitch can be wonky. I'm going to try my best to get the best setup for filming this as I can. But I appreciate your patience for that, because just like with everything else, you got to start somewhere, right? And the filming is very difficult, so I will get there eventually, and I hope you enjoy. I hope that you all have a wonderful week. And please remember what I said. If you catch yourself doing what we like to call doom scrolling, where you're just scrolling through Facebook and you feel like a zombie and you're not feeling good, please take a break and get up and stretch and take a walk or something. It's so easy to get stuck, you know, and we don't like that. Let me show you Luna. So we're on the couch right now. This is her favorite spot. She's taking a nap. Are you awake, honey? Oh, I'm sorry I woke you up. Lulu, hey, look. Hello. Hello, good girl. Were you sleepy? You sleepy girl? You grumpy? You see all her fur. You grumpy? No, you're so pretty. You're a pretty dog. Yeah, okay, go back to sleep. Go back to bed. I'll let you all go. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful week ahead. Take care, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!